Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Turtles Love Pizza. This is the podcast where we go over everything to do with the Turtles. But we are currently on a hiatus and we are doing Batman 89. And this is the continuity that follows with the Tim Burton films. We are reading Batman 89 issue number 4, or that's the one we're going over today. And this is Steven.
This is Andrew.
What up, Andrew?
What's up, Steven?
Not much. You?
Just chilling.
Hey, so you sent me a couple of things this week. Do you want to mention them before we get started with the deep dive into Batman?
I honestly don't remember what I sent you.
Oh, well, the Super 7 stuff for Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah. So today, Super 7 released the pre-order for the glow-in-the-dark Four Brothers. It looks amazing, but I don't have money for it. So I'm sorry, Super 7. I'm not going to be purchasing these. I do have the original Super 7 line with the Four Brothers and some other figures as well. I can't remember off the top of my head. I have so many figures. It's hard to remember sometimes what all I have. Did I send you the 5K Toys show thing as well?
I do not think so. What is that?
Okay, so 5K Toys does third-party versions of toys, so they're not officially licensed,
Oh,
but they are amazing looking.
okay.
And so they have these samurai tortoises.
Oh,
And
okay.
there is a samurai rat who some people may think is Master Splinter.
Uh-huh.
It's not guaranteed, but they released, I guess, the model of it. It's unpainted, but it looks amazing. Like, absolutely amazing.
I just went ahead and went on their link. I think this is the one where they don't have Dragon Ball. It looks like Dagon Ball.
Yes, they have Dagon Ball. Remember, because it's not Dragon Ball, it's Dagon Ball.
But it looks like Dragon Ball, but it's
may
not.
Look like it, but it's not. Just
Hey,
so you know.
So I'm on the website right now. Where do I search to go find this rat that you're talking about?
Let me text you a link.
Okay. Then you send it over, and maybe we can put it on our Twitter later. Not sure. Depends how lazy we are.
Also, when people actually hear this, I'm sure we'll have moved on to something else.
Oh yeah, because we're like 7 months in advance. We are recording way ahead of time. So yeah. But okay, cool. Oh man, they even have a Himura Kenshin. This one looks pretty dope.
Yes. They have many amazing figures. Whoever does their sculpting does amazing work.
Oh, and they had that tortoise van. That was like 200.
Tortoise Man. I did pre-order the Leonardo samurai looking thing.
Oh, I think I just saw that. That one looks really cool.
Yes. So, anyways,
was there anything else though? Oh, you sent me that Donatello Batman. Donabat.
Oh yes. So the NECA, the Dark Turtle from the cartoons. They released a picture. It looks like a factory leak of the Dark Turtle. Basically, it's Donatello dressed as Batman.
Yeah.
And it looks spectacular. I have that pre-ordered from Loot Crate. And it's supposedly going to come in August. So we'll see. Loot Crate's been a little bit slow, but they have been coming through. There has been a huge kerfuffle, though, because they shipped the Mirage Crate for Ninja Turtles, and almost no one got the right T-shirt size.
Oh. Wait,
and Loot Crate basically said, we wanted to just ship it to you guys. Sorry, we didn't have enough T-shirts in the right sizes.
So what do they do? Like, are they going to send an extra one based on your actual size or no?
No. I've heard people are just swapping T-shirts.
Okay. Hey, so do you actually still have a Loot Crate membership?
I have only ordered these turtle things, and that's it.
Okay. So you can order them separately from Loot Crate.
Yes, so Loot Crate now, aside from the subscription boxes, you can also get specialty boxes.
Oh, I did not know that.
So like they have a Bleach one, they have a Mariah Carey one, they have all different types of just specialty boxes.
Oh, and you can choose, right? It's not a surprise anymore.
So you still see what's in it, or some of the things. I think they don't show you everything that's in it.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll still get some surprises in there. Don't worry.
Oh, cool. I'm looking at it right now. They have like Mobile Suit Gundam, Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I guess you could just like pick up those particular specific crates or whatnot.
Yeah, pretty much.
I gotcha. I kind of like that better than not really knowing what you're gonna get, and then you get stuff you don't want. You know what I mean?
Well, the problem with the monthly crates is they don't ship out every month anymore. The last
Oh,
time I did the subscription, I think my crate that I had subscribed to was 3 or 4 months late.
well, isn't that because they weren't doing so hot?
Yeah, so hopefully they're better. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So, as mentioned before, we are going over Batman 89, issue 4 of 6. Actually, and what Rise of the TMNT number are we on? Was
We're
it
on
episode
episode 6.
6? Okay, perfect. And I can't wait to talk about episode 6, but but let's talk about the issue first.
All right.
So before we get into it, Andrew, you normally do the plot description. Do you mind getting into it a little bit?
So in this issue, we have them starting off doing a protest,
Mm-hmm.
and the police are being jerks about it. And so you can see
Specifically,
how you can see how
yeah,
corrupt Bullock is. And so Robin comes and saves the day by dropping a paint bomb, basically, on the police, and then sending in spray paint cans and firebombing people. So Robin basically saves the protesters from being destroyed by the police.
yeah,
And you can hear Gordon is like going after Bullock, saying, "Why did you do that?" Because he was warning him not to do that. He had
yep.
given those assurances. You have this image of Robin standing above the city. I don't like this Robin cape
Maybe he might
with like
change it a bit.
the tendrils. It just
Yeah,
looks weird. It makes no sense.
because
Capes in general kind of suck, but this makes no sense at all.
because they didn't have the same cape in the previous issues. It felt like it was just like a poncho before.
I thought so, but yeah, this is
Yeah,
just all like an octopus or something.
yeah, it looks kind
His
of
name should
funny.
be Octopus and not Robin.
That's only there's like 8 tendrils from his like freaking cape, but there's more than that.
Yeah, and then we have Batman, Bruce Wayne down in the Batcave. He's really got it bad for Catwoman. I mean, he's like
Oh,
all up on
yes.
this cat. Like you can tell, like, he's got it bad.
And obviously, he's not doing any detecting. Alfred is doing that for him.
Yes, Alfred is doing all the legwork,
Yeah.
while Batman is just stroking a kitty, admiring a penny.
after
So
after stroking someone else.
yeah, and then we have Harvey kind of going off the deep end
Yeah.
and escaping from the hospital, striking an orderly, and let's see what else we got. Bruce Wayne summons Drake because now Bruce Wayne knows who Drake is.
Yeah.
And so Drake comes over, they have a little discussion. All the cards are out, so Batman knows that he's Robin, Robin knows that he's Batman,
Yep.
and so they kind of begin like this little friendship, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of odd.
Yeah,
It really
and
is.
I think we
And
can
what
get
did
into that a little more, especially with the panels that lead up to it.
yeah. And then you
Um,
have Selena Kyle making her appearance again
yeah.
outside of the Catwoman costume. Going, it looks like she's breaking in and trying to hack the police database with Barbara
Yeah.
Gordon there. And then Barbara's off to find Harvey because Harvey's really lost it. He has a lair down in the subway system
Yeah.
for the track that was supposed to go to Burnside, but it didn't because they ran out of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Batman or Bruce taking Drake down to finally visit the Batcave, and Drake just fanboying over everything there.
Yep. And I think we get a glimpse of the new Bat cycle. I think that's
Yeah,
the
it looks
first.
ugly.
Yeah, it does look really weird, and
It
I
looks
don't
like
know why.
a it looks like a what's it called? It looks like a scooter on steroids.
I don't understand why they have the tail that's like pointing downwards. Does it go up like when when it's ready to drive?
It I have no idea. I'm hoping this hood thing actually goes over and it looks more
Yeah.
sleek because right now it looks just like a Vespa on steroids.
Oh yes, I have to agree. Okay, so let's jump into our thoughts. So, I mean, we kind of already gave our thoughts on a couple of things on of the issue, but like let's talk about the things that you kind of like on this issue in particular.
Things that kind of like I like Harvey's descent into madness.
Mhm.
I thought that was done very well. I
I
like that
agree.
he's still kind of seeing both sides, especially when he goes down to the subway and he sees like the vision of the subway station that was the way it was supposed to be, and then the way it actually is.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
I
he's living
agree.
in like this delusion that he's trying to get the world back to like what it should be.
Mhm.
So it really gives him like a motivation that you can be sympathetic towards.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like this is like the ideal world, and it's not like he's trying to do it to be bad. He's trying to do it because this is how the world should be in his eyes.
And I feel like that's a big thing about the Tim Burton movies where you're actually very sympathetic towards the villains. Like you kind of understand them a little more, especially like the Penguin, Catwoman, and in this case it's Two-Face.
But you were not sympathetic to the Joker.
Oh yeah, not
He
not the
was just all
Joker.
around a jerk.
Well, honestly, you probably liked him because he was freaking crazy charismatic. But
Yeah, but
other
there's
than
no
that,
sympathy for him.
yeah, there's no sympathy for him. That's for sure.
I do
Um,
like Selena Kyle coming back. It's interesting now that she's like a hacker
yeah.
because she was like a secretary before, right?
Well, that's the thing. Remember, she guessed her boss's old password was his dead dog, Geraldo, and
Yeah,
she opened the encrypted files.
yeah, but she was supposed to be like a secretary, right?
Yeah, she was glorified assistant.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see her come back now as like this computer expert.
Yeah. And I like the name of the company is kind of what was the name? It was actually really funny. The let me find that real quick. Leaky Lines Inc. Like that was the name of her new company.
Yeah,
So and then here's a throwback to Batman Returns. Like Barbara Gordon, she's looking at the resume and she says, "And see you started out at Shrek Enterprises. So awful what happened to Shrek." So I like the throwback.
yeah, definitely. And she's like, there's no one that's gonna be arrested for it.
Yeah.
I like how she's like, "Are y'all gonna catch me?" Playing a little cat and mouse.
Well, if you think about it, like there would be no DNA left on him since he's a charred corpse, and then she had her gloves on anyway. So
So was it really battery acid though that messed up Harvey's face? I thought it was just because the thing was on fire.
okay, I think the main thing that they're insinuating is the fact that it is a garage. So there's sulfuric acid. There's a bunch of stuff there that can be construed as maybe there's battery acid on the floor. But I don't think. And the other fact is like Drake lies pretty much.
Yeah, so
Right.
I thought it was weird that Batman would kind of fall for that
Yeah.
because it seemed implausible that you would be battery acid.
Well, explain that scene really quick for the.
Oh, so if you haven't seen it, so Drake pulls out a little vial, says it's battery acid, the same thing that messed up Harvey's face, and he goes to kind of throw it at Bruce, and then Bruce defends himself. So it's basically Drake's ruse to kind of get him to reveal that he is Batman
Yeah,
because he has his
exactly.
suspicions that he's Batman.
Um, I don't this particular issue wasn't uh a huge highlight for me. I'm gonna
I
say
agree.
that.
Like it was a good issue for what it was, moving the
Yeah,
plot along, getting Batman and Robin together. But all in all, it didn't astound me.
yeah. A couple of reasons. Like, I don't know what it is about the art, but I feel like it's very bright, and that kind of takes away from the gothic perspective and the darkness that you would expect from Batman or even Tim Burton.
Because it's the daytime.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of daytime. But okay, let's talk about the strike really quick. Okay, number one, can you really get that big of a paint balloon?
If you tried
And-
hard enough, just
okay,
dump
I'll
a
give
bunch
you.
of paint in a trash bag. Pretty sure that's what happened.
I'll give you that. But okay, let's consider this. Let's The cops already have guns, and it's mentioned that they have rubber bullets. Okay, now if someone throws a bag full of spray paint cans and everyone is spraying the cops, I'm pretty sure some people would get shot. Okay, like with rubber bullets, of course.
Probably, but I mean, they weren't expecting it. It was they were caught off guard.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I understand that. And then some random lady grabs a cop's like utility belt with a bunch of grenades. I'm going to tell you like
Those are smoke bombs,
yeah, that's true. But Robin, I think Robin throws like a gas
gas can.
Molotov, yeah, Molotov cocktail kind of. Once that happens, you're in trouble. Like that's no joke. You know what I
Definitely,
mean?
you're blowing up police property now.
Yeah, so that march, Commissioner Gordon would have showed up, but it would have like turned to a different light. Um, I think another thing that I think is really funny is that the next page is Bruce Wayne in the Batcave, and you mentioned it, and he's stroking the cat, and he just got poontang, and and the fact that, oh, by the way, someone helped the people the people that are going down. What is it called?
The protesters.
Yeah, the protesters. And then, and then he's like, "Wasn't me. I'm across town," and we know what he was doing. Um.
Yeah, he
Other
knows
than
what he
that,
was doing.
huh?
He knows what he was doing.
Oh yeah, everyone knows what he was doing. If you read the last issue, I think another thing is the Two-Face stuff is really excellent. I think that
I think so too.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. This escape reminds me of the animated TV show a little more. Like his origin reminds me a little more of the animated TV show, just a little bit. Um, Another thing is, how do you feel about the fact that this is mentioned, but it's not very deeply dove into, but the fact that Wayne Enterprises and Winston Automotive have a connection. So basically, Drake, who's the new Robin, has a connection with Bruce and their family.
It seems interesting. I'm sure they'll probably go more in depth into it.
But will they? Because
Maybe.
there's only two issues left. So, and, and the fact that like Bruce Wayne's family pretty much bought out Drake's family's business and probably gutted it. You know what I mean? So there's definitely some resentment there. Throughout the first three issues, you kind of see Drake has resentment towards authority. People of power or money.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting. I love how Alfred has to bring a taser into the situation. Like,
I like how Bruce is like, we don't tase our guests. Like, what is that?
yeah, exactly.
And then Alfred's, oh, sorry, sir.
And then the other thing is like, how the hell did Batman get like tricked by a teenager?
Yeah, see, this Bruce Wayne and Batman just aren't the best.
This Bruce Wayne is dumber than the Bruce Wayne in the Tim Burton movies. I have to admit.
I'd like to
Um,
see this Bruce Wayne meet like the George Clooney one and then the Val Kilmer one, and then see who's like the worst Bruce Wayne out of the three of them.
oh my god! Because let's be honest, Michael Keaton is a great Bruce Wayne. Just from the performances, but like if this is what he was called to do in the movie, I bet you he would have some like he'd be like, number one, I'm not jumping over a couch. um, I do like that they're bringing hacking into it, since it's the fact that this isn't this probably would have been shot in the early 90s or the late 90s, you know?
I like how she has like a floppy disk to hack into things.
Yeah, and it has the Shrek picture on it. Um okay, so going into the train station, which I really like this. I completely agree that it has the light and the dark. But one of the other things, it kind of reminded me of like the Ninja Turtles. When
Or
I think it was which is the movie where they find the new lair. Like they're not in the new,
the
I think
second
it's the
one.
second one, right?
That second one.
This kind of reminds me of that. But it also reminds me of so there's a comic book called Batman, not the Long Halloween, but Dark Victory, and it's a throwback to Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. It's a really great comic book series, but in that comic, Two-Face also has a lair in the subway station. So I like that they threw it back to that. And then finally, in the comic books, Batman is a strict teetotaler. Like he doesn't drink,
Yeah.
but of course, like I guess they let underaged children drink wine while Batman is drinking a glass of water. So
Well, you don't know how old Drake is.
dude, Drake freaking looks like he's 16, man. There's no way
I
he's
mean, he has
21.
his own business and everything else.
No, he works for the auto mechanic, dude.
No, he has his own stuff though, like the van,
Oh,
Royal, whatever.
all right. Well, whatever. And then okay, the final page of this comic, right, where they introduce the Bat Cycle. If you look on the frame above it, Bruce Wayne is using a towel to like wipe the Batmobile. I thought that was
Yes.
fun.
Wipe it from guano.
Yeah. He mentions that like the main bad thing about having a Batcave is guano.
Yeah.
All in all, let's just get to the grading. I'm still gonna give this one a 3, but it's less of a 3 than the last issue was.
Yeah, this is like a 2.8, but I'll round it up to a 3.
So I think so far this is my least favorite book of the series.
I agree.
Yeah, and then later on, we'll go over our rankings of what issues go where. But at this point, this is my least favorite. We're gonna do issue number 5 next week, and I think before we read issue 6, we should talk about what we think is gonna happen on issue 6. Okay?
All right. And did
So
you
that,
check if issue 6 actually came out today?
dude, it came out already.
All right. So I need to go to the comic book shop and pick one up.
Yeah, me too. But don't read it until after issue 5.
Well, obviously, I'm not going to skip an issue.
Oh! So you haven't read issue 5?
I have not.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
reading them for the first time, like a day before we actually record this.
Oh, you're such a procrastinator.
No, like I want to fully enjoy the experience and let you have like that authentic,
First time encounter, correct?
pretty much. So
I
you get
got
the
you.
real raw deal, man.
Yes. Okay, let's move on. What do we have next, Andrew?
Next, we have our Rise of the TMNT, and this is episode 6. And so this one we have what's it called? Shell in a Cell which is a play on the match from WWE called Hell in a Cell.
Oh,
And then the other episode is Minotaur Maze.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say I really like these two-ish episodes. Here, let me try to do the synopsis on this one.
Go for it.
Okay, so what was the first one? Shell in a Cell?
Yes.
All right, so Raph and all the turtles, they go to a wrestling match. Raph really likes this one wrestler. I don't remember his name. What was it
Ghost
again?
Bear.
Ghost Bear.
Ghost
Okay.
Bear.
So what happens is Raph and Leo are arguing, and Leo accidentally just like falls down, lands on Ghost Bear, and becomes the number one world champion in wrestling, right? So now there's some squabbling, and then they have another round coming up. Raph challenges Leo. Leo's name is what was it? I can't remember their names.
I don't remember.
Okay, it doesn't matter. They challenge each other. Ghost Bear comes back, and they all end up fighting Ghost Bear. Well, Raph and Leo fight Ghost Bear, while Donnie and Mikey are like the hype masters. And at the end, the what's her name? What is she? She's like the announcer?
Yeah, or the promoter, actually.
The promoter. So what happens is the whole basically Leo and Raph like destroy Ghost Bear, and they also destroy the whole like gate around them. So the cell, and they end up all losing, and then the promoter actually becomes the world champion. So I really don't know what's going to happen to her when she decides to wrestle against others, but
so basically she's like Vince McMahon
yeah,
in WWE.
yeah.
Because he started off as an announcer, and well, I mean, he was always the owner, or his father's owner. Then he became owner, but when he first came out in wrestling, he just was an announcer, even though he's secretly the boss, right? And then eventually, he comes out as a character, the CEO of wrestling. He becomes world champion as well. He basically becomes like this corrupt authority figure in wrestling. So Vince McMahon is a classic WWE character. And it's really I think it's really kind of based a little bit on that.
Yeah. Is it, let's get into it in a little bit, but is Vince McMahon actually considered like a villain of the series, or is he because I've never watched wrestling in general.
Vince is usually a villain.
Okay. Oh, because he's like a corporate head, like capitalist.
Yeah. So the history behind that is he was always like the announcer.
Okay.
Then like he did commentary beside the ring, things like that. And then they had where Bret Hart got screwed over for the championship by Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
And they had to explain like why that happened. And so Vince McMahon comes out no longer as like the announcer guy, but as like the owner of the company, the boss, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I didn't screw Bret. Bret screwed Bret, and he comes out as this villain, and people just hate him. And so he becomes, one of the biggest characters in WWE as like the worst villain, because who doesn't like hate their boss, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And then you have like Stone Cold coming through as like the anti-authority kind of character, and they have like legendary battles and fights between Vince McMahon and Stone Cold, and so that's what makes that whole era, the Attitude Era, is just this evil character, Vince McMahon. He has like his corporate stooges, like The Rock at one point is a corporate stooge to Vince McMahon.
Really?
Triple H, and then you have Stone Cold rallying against everybody, drinking beer, throwing up the bird, and all that classic stuff. And so like this is definitely an homage to like WWE, because Hell in a Cell is a classic match where a cage surrounds the entire ring.
Yeah.
And so that's what happens at the end, right? So Leonardo as Prime Time is fighting Ghost Bear, and then Red Rain, who's Raphael's character.
Yeah, Red Rain, yeah.
So yeah. It's a lot of fun. And then Donnie like betrays him and is like, "No, I'm with Raph now." It's hilarious.
Well, it's also because like Mike keeps stepping on his words, like or finishing his sentences.
There you go.
But I really like this episode. It's
I
super
did
fun.
too. It was a great. It was a lot of fun. It
Yeah.
really kind of shows off how annoying Leonardo is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, both of these episodes really kind of emphasize Leonardo and his cockiness.
Yes, I completely agree. Okay, the second episode, what was it called?
It was called
Something
the
in a maze.
Minotaur Maze.
Minotaur maze. So basically, the turtles, they're actually hungry. They're looking for a place to eat. But at the same time, Donatello creates this new technology where it can help him see other magical things. And he sees a magical door. They go down there. Raph actually opens it, although Leo's like, I can make a portal, but he never can. And then they go in, and Leonardo finds out that there's this maze that you have to do, and if you complete it without using mystic arts, then pretty much you are the champion. You get a picture of yourself on the champion, and then you get to eat the world's greatest pizza. So he rallies his brothers without telling them about the mystic arts thing, and not telling them about the champion, but only telling them about the pizza. So they all go in there, they go through the whole maze, they complete it, but then something happens where he has to create a portal, which he actually does, and then they finally eat the pizza, and I think that's it. But they get to eat the pizza because Leonardo tricks the owner of the creator of the pizza by saying, "How do you know it's the real how do you know it's the world's greatest pizza? What if it's the other place?" And then so it's kind of like that. So it's kind of having Leo be crafty and Leo being like a not a backstabber, but having other intentions other than what he's portraying. And so yeah, that's that episode. Did I miss anything?
They didn't actually complete the maze before he used his powers. Remember, because they had like one last obstacle basically to do, and then they were trapped, so he had to create the portal.
Oh, okay. But other than that, what did you think of this segment?
I thought it was good. It was
Uh-huh.
a lot of fun. Once again, as I said before, this is very much like characterizing Leo as like this jerk who just
Yeah,
kind of is out for himself.
egotistical. Yeah,
Yeah, and so it really kind of shows you like the growth that he needs to make in order to become actually the leader that he needs to be of the
yeah.
turtles.
I think they're building a lot of sympathy for Raph too, trying to make you understand why it like
Why he
whenever
has
they
so much
do.
angst?
Yeah, yeah. Because you have this annoying guy who keeps getting recognition, and he does all this work, and he he gets put on the sideline pretty much. But
Very much.
okay, for this episode, what would you rate this one out of pizzas
This
slices?
one, how many slices do we do?
5.
5. I give this one a solid 4.
I give it a solid 4 as well. I really like it. During lunch, I went ahead and watched the next episode, and I can't wait to talk about it.
All right.
So, everyone, that's it for this episode. Oh, I do remember one thing, Andrew. So there's that Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie trailer that popped up today. What did you think of that?
It looks like fun. I really
Yep.
need to finish this series before I watch it because
Yeah,
there's a lot of things in there that I don't know how it happened yet. So
I
hopefully we'll get there.
agree. I don't know if we're gonna get there because we're only gonna finish season 1 before the. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. And then on top of that, there's another thing that popped up. The Last Ronin. So they had the animated trailer, but recently they released a longer clip. What'd you think of that?
It was good. It was independently done. It's not with the blessing of Nickelodeon or anything, but
Yeah,
they did a great job.
I I definitely think they need to make it like a at least a mini series on it, like
That would
on
be awesome if they
TV.
could do that, but who knows if Nickelodeon wants to put in that effort and do some
Yeah.
rated R material.
Oh, I wish they would. Like, since Netflix produced the new Rise of the TMNT movie, animated movie, man, if they could put some money into like a mini series, that would be freaking dope. Get rid of Bling Empire, bring in Last Ronin.
You know you love Bling Empire.
Not season 2.
Kane is your favorite character.
Who? Kane?
Kane? Yeah, you love Kane.
Oh, not season 2. But anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. This is the end of the episode, so make sure to read issue number 4 for Batman 89. Oh, issue number 5. Make sure to read issue number 5 for Batman 89, and then watch episode 7 for Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is that right, Andrew?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So tune in next week, and we'll go. Well, actually, next month. Tune in next month, and we'll go over the next issue and episode. Thanks for joining, and this is bye for now.
Bye. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Cowabunga.